You guys are hearing it for yourselves. Hans, the rise of the phoenix, baby. Hans and
Yes.
live in your purpose and everything will fall into place. And this
Yes.
is the talented Plaxedes Wenyika who's actually joining us at the very present moment. It is such an honor. I am so excited. We're actually going to play it again. We're going to play it again. Welcome, 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 Plaxedes. I am so excited, just so you know.
I can tell I'm excited too. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, it is such a pleasure and an honor, when I got the message from our producer, but oh yeah, you're having an interview with Plaxedes. Like, what? The Plaxedes I grew up listening to, it's such a blessing.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. And congratulations on your new release. I've been listening to the music and I was like, okay, I checked out that powerful voice and we missed it so much. And we're so glad that you came back with a bang and rising of the phoenix. We love it. Yeah, we get it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are welcome. So just to start up the interviews, getting straight to the chase, bring our listeners up to speed with your upbringing and a little bit about your background, because I have noticed, particularly, some people came to the diaspora before the whole urban grooves, that movement back in the day, right? And sometimes when you hear those oh yeah, do you remember Plaxedes? It was Plaxedes, and you're thinking, when did you come to overseas? Oh, before 2000. And like, oh, okay, I get you. So just to let our listeners know who's Plaxedes, your background, Chakazo music, of course. Maybe the school influenced that. I don't know.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So let me take it away. So my name is Plaxedes Wenyika. I am very Zimbabwean. I stay in Zimbabwe, born in Zimbabwe in 1980. I'm 41. I've always had a passion for music. I am an Afro soul artist. I love music that's written, that comes from the soul. At least that's my gift to the world. I started my journey in terms of music from a very young age. I was always musical. I think around grade 7, that's when I kind of figured out I actually love music. I actually had a rap group in quotes. Then I went to secondary school at a school called Bonda or St. David's Girls High. And I think that's where it literally was, like the gift was cultured, because you find that there were times we were in this group, they called it the choral group, and we would sing and sing and sing. And there's these amazing artists and singers. And in that group, you'd find that we would push each other, so with all these different parts, and every week or two would have to have a new song to sing at school, so my passion for music definitely was ignited there. I would also write some songs back then at school. Then after school, after Form 6, I went to the University of Zimbabwe. I studied economics. So I'm an economist. In terms of academics matters, what I did have an MBA. That's the other side of me.
Right.
But in terms of the music, when in around 2000, when I was at university, I then got in touch with a couple of different people who were also loving music. There's this lady called Portia. Yeah, she was from the group I&I. So I met her when I was in college, and when I met her, we were rapping, and she's like, you know what, I like this, the people who are recording, you need to go record this. So I went to a particular studio she referred me to, and when I got there, I met the incredible Delani Makalima, and he loved the sound, and and he was like, we need to record you. So it took us about 1.5 years or so until I finally got recorded and had my first album, Tisa Paradzane, which came out in 2002, which actually makes it 20 years next year, imagine. So yeah, it blew up in the entire country, and like, I'm more of a balladeer. So, okay, for people who don't know me, maybe in the diaspora trying to figure out what kind of sound does this lady do or music produce, I would say I am the equal of say your Zimbabwean Adele. If I was going to go down south, I'd probably go for your Liras, your Zonkes, Zahara. That's the kind of league you'd put me in. So I hope for those who've been in the diaspora who have no clue, this is the beginning of us getting to know each other. You need to listen to that music, I'm telling you.
Those who actually do not know, guys, for me to be excited is because we it's one thing when you went quiet for like, no, like what happened to music? What happened to urban blues? And I am stuck on urban blues, really, to be honest. And like right now, I'm getting the opportunity to talk to the pioneers of, urban blues. And last week we had Ngoni, and then we're going to be having Leonard soon and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, how then? What happened to that genre? What happened to that movement? And you guys coming back now is a relief for people like us, because the music today is like, okay, I don't get it, and even my just have no sin any R&B. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's similar to R&B. We can relate, and we still can relate. And I'm listening to music. I'm like, oh, that's what Plaxedes said. No, and we thank you so much for your chieftain coming back. But to move on, how come you never came up with a stage name, same as Ngoni? I'm not waiting. How can I? Well, I don't know.
Something. What? Well, you know what? It just felt right. I didn't feel like I needed some persona. I mean, this is me. I'm here in the flesh. Plaxedes singing. Right. I think because I do soul music, I feel like I don't need like a barrier of sorts. I want people to see me, and this is me. This is Plaxedes. So I think that's why I just stuck to my name.
Right. Oh, that is so awesome. And if it just maintains your originality, right? But what's her real name? Right.
I know. But sometimes I wish I didn't have it. For example, if you're going to the doctors, you might not want everyone knowing it's you.
Right. Yeah. But
so there are some disadvantages of being
right. Right, exactly. That actually reminds me when you say that. I remember I not that I don't have a stage name either when I do business, because I'm a media world as well. Been in it quite a bit. And then when I'm at work, my full-time job, when I tell people, you need to go to my YouTube channel or my talk show, and then people start Googling. That's the first thing.
Exactly.
How come I can't see you? Oh yeah, because I don't use my Gena.
You see now.
I use my second name, right? But not really. It's just one of those. But I love my second name, Notando, right? And I'm like, why can I not tell the world? But I am actually Notando, and Notando is a beautiful name to share with people. Yes. So it's just one of those. So I totally understand maintaining your originality, and kind of out there. No,
I hear
so
you, girl.
awesome. And so you also mentioned the part you could say you studied economics, then music. Is that something that kind of stopped your music for a moment, or what was the pause all about? What happened to Plaxedes for quite a bit? Where had Plaxedes gone?
Okay, let me take you through the journey. So basically, when we started out music, we had a proper record industry in Zim. You actually had your grammars, your metros, all these different people, and they're playing their different roles. Right. Then come around 2005, 2006 there. Everyone knows what was happening in Zim. Zim went down. So the economy literally was collapsing. And that's when you had the great brain drain. People left the country. During that era, we also had issues of CD burning. They would call it and there's a time, even as artists, people went out to the streets, made demos like, guys, you're killing the industry. But people actually literally didn't get it then. So it was a combination of a whole lot of factors. And when life was like that, I mean, ultimately, we all have to survive one way or the other. So you find that a lot of people who we started off with ended up falling back on other, I want to say, facets or talents or parts of themselves to survive. So you find some people left the country. Some people just left music altogether. did what I had to do. So I started exploring different sides. I did a bit of acting. I went into the vocal voice, and I pursued that side of me also, and I had fun doing it. During that time, that's when I also got my MBA. I obviously have kids. I got married. I was experiencing life. I was, going through life and like exploring the different facets of who I am as a person, because I'm not one-dimensional. There are many sides to me. So I think maybe that's the thing also, that people don't realize that just because someone's an artist is not the only thing they do. There are many aspects or sides of them.
That is so true, especially if you're creative and you say you write music as well, because I find people who are creative, they have a whole lot going on for them, because guess what? You can think of something, not just music. I'm even surprised when you mentioned acting. Acting is is also for creative.
Yes.
Right? You find out, I have to, do this for me to survive or for me to follow my passion. Really, creative is just open to a whole lot of things. And that's amazing to learn and to know, And we are glad to Ambozoka. Even I was very excited because I just listened to
that. At least there's two of us happy right now.
No, that is so awesome. So what inspired then your comeback? What inspired your comeback let's start with this stuff. In a fast evolving industry, we have new music and it's competitive and different sounds, and you're still maintaining that powerful voice, that powerful genre, where you're going now. I know what you said, it's Afro soul, right? And you've always been an Afro soul lady, but you're still going on with that. I even asked Goni the last time, he's still the same Goni, same music, but we enjoy it in a different era. So what inspired you to come back in this very fast evolving industry, competitive, and okay, I'm going to maintain who I am, and I know how powerful my voice is, and I know it's going to keep going. But no, you came back with fire.
I guess the best way I can put it across is, you said something that it's about creativity, is about sparks, it's about inspiration, it's about being in that space also, even mentally, physically, spiritually. You need to be in that space to create, and I think I just happen to be in that space. And I guess also you realize life is short. Ever since I turned 40, I truly get the adage that it begins at 40. It's like you get this new lease on life, and you want to take advantage of every opportunity. And I am happy in my own skin. I own my life. I own my power, my sensuality, my brain, my creativity, my sex appeal. I mean, whatever it is that makes me a queen, my throne, I own it. And so I've been exploring all these different opportunities or talents even that I have. And I found myself slowly going back to my first love, because I was in a comfortable place. I wasn't doing it out of pressure that I need to release, or there's this happening in the industry. No, this is about me. This is about me sharing my creativity, my life experiences. I'm a very positive person, and I love inspiring people. And that's what my music is about. And so I slowly found myself just going back to the studio, and I just started writing. And as I was writing, I realized, there's a gap, or a message rather, that hasn't been shared. When it comes to love and being sensual and sexy in our Zim context, or sometimes the way it's then done is now, it's not tasteful. So to say, But then, listen, we guys have songs like Get It On, you've got your R&B playlist, when you want to get in the zone, things like that. We can do it. And I've been blessed that I have the ability to do that. And I love it when people connect my music with their beautiful moments and be like, oh my goodness, we had this fight, and then my love, I played this song of yours, whatever. Or, I was thinking of my man, and then I dedicated the song to them. Or come, this is our wedding song, things like that. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. And life is short, guys. There's been COVID. People are dying, man. So if we have life and God has gifted us, you realize that time needs to be maximized. You need to utilize whatever gift you have. Look at you doing radio. So you're doing radio, you have work, with all these things, because you realize, listen, this is it. This is the day that God has made. I'm here right now, and so we all need to make an impact. We need to leave our mark and exhaust whatever gifts and talents we have.
That's what inspire guys. Kind of a moment for some people, I hope you guys are getting inspired. And for those who are actually tuning in right now, we're actually hanging out with the talented queen of Afro Soul based out of Zimbabwe, Miss Plaxedes Wenyika, and I'm truly honored to be hanging out with her here, and I hope you guys are enjoying our conversation today. Feel free to come through, ask you questions to go on our website, after5radio.net, and you will find Kachak Bubble, Karipa corner, bottom from the right. Guys, this is to fire. We're going to play a song. Plaxedes, do come through. It is actually a blessed moment right now, and we're hearing some inspirational, motivational moments right now with her. Apparently, it's being around a positive person, Plaxedes, and it attracts even lots of positivity around you. Good things come to you.
Absolutely.
In that environment. And also at the same time, if you hang out around negativity, it's easy to fall into that mindset,
That is so true.
I oh my gosh, I know right now, and thank you so much for that good word. Mr. Delani Makaliba. I want to talk to that guy too. Right.
You need to. You need to tell the story.
Definitely, we need to. And I even went. I was on YouTube and I was going through the Champion story. So it gave me lots of questions when I was listening to the likes of Anaki and Leonard and Take Five, Mafrik and stuff like that, And I got to learn quite a lot. Seeing what back then we were still young to understand what is music. What did you guys say? And now Takura, we're understanding what Papa need this, tries this, roots, this, whatever. And I got to learn a bit about Delani, right? Which in a way, I was like, no, we're going to have to hang out with him because I have a couple of questions. But right now for you, focusing on you, what made you go to get recorded by Delani back in the day? Kwakuna, Tech 5, Kwakuna, who was part of Kujiro? I TBA. Was it TBA?
Yes, the late TBA. Well, actually, how it worked was before Anna Take 5, we say, well, Take 5 from Delani. TBA, they came through Delani. Take 5 was in high school, Nana Sani, when we started. They're actually in schoolboys. So actually, I couldn't. I've done actually a song that Take 5. I did it later, but Tito Tanga, it was Delani. And there weren't many studios. People don't actually understand. So like you just walk into a studio and like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Like you literally audition. If you listen to the So Profound interview that he has on YouTube, and I'm recommending anyone who's listening, if you really want to understand, you're going to find your David Funi says there's Aya from I and Delani himself. And they'll tell you about the metamorphosis that music went through to get to the sound we now have. Because it's like when even people say urban grooves, when I don't forget I'm not even grooves cheap. It's like if someone says there's urban contemporary music in America, you can say R&B, soul, hip hop, trap, all these different things, but you're putting it under one classification. So it can never die. Right. So when people think that urban grooves, it just evolved into a different sound. It just means music that's urban. So if I listen to Tammy Moyo, for me, she's doing urban grooves. If I listen to Zim Dancehall, that still is urban grooves, because you find that when we started, people were doing more of a raga sound. That's where it evolved from. So you find you had your Booker T's, your Major E's, your decibels. You play them today, and you find that you should take Zim Dancehall. They're taking the same sound and just progressing with it. Right. So for me, really, whether it's your Amara Browns, all these amazing artists that we have now, it's urban music.
movements. You know?
Yes.
And I've been learning, you know, especially with the pioneers of that, you know, that movement. But it was actually a movement more than a genre. And now you've explained it deeper. Could you know, and even like the Western world, because we were so exposed to that Western world that we didn't even get to explore our own culture. We didn't get to explore our own people or understand our own music, right? And now we're so glad to be. We're learning as we go, and I hope people are listening and learning as well. But anyway, congratulations once again on the release of your latest album, Phoenix Rising. Tell us more about that. Like, what inspired the writing, what inspired the album, and we've already heard about the comeback, but what inspired that one?
Okay, so with Phoenix Rising, I felt in terms of the music, I hadn't like really been that active, but I felt like it's time. I can't explain it. I think things are seasonal in life.
Yeah.
And I think that creators, we hear God or we hear the universe. I don't know whichever term you want to use, but like it's an awakening of sorts. So you find, okay, I'll give you an example. Look at Versus right now. You see how old school is suddenly coming.
Exactly.
So like, it's the time for things to happen like that.
Yeah.
And so for me, I felt like I need to start writing again, something within me, you know. But I wanted to do it in a better way, in a more impactful way, in an unapologetic manner, where I own my space. I know who I am. I know exactly where it is I fit. I know how to run my own race, and I know who my audience is, because sometimes the challenge we have is people then want artists to be all these different things. No, listen, you can't be everything to everyone. You can't be coffee and tea, like be a cappuccino or be rooibos. So I've found my space, and I have people who love what I do. So there is no need for people to feel, especially when it comes to music, that, oh, you know, there's Afrobeat, this, what are you doing? No, I'm doing me. Yes. And mine, my followers, people who get the kind of music I want, will get it. And besides that, guys, one artist the entire day, or one genre, the world would be so boring. So, you know, we need each other. There's no you only need this one. We need the fast, the slow, the soulful, the crazy. I mean, I want to dance also. I also want to dance my own music. I want something fast to bop to. You know?
Exactly. And when you want to chill sometimes, I go to, you know what, I need something slow to keep to bring it down time to home. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah.
And also, when I was working on this album, I was making it for the grown and sexy. Like, I'm not even lied about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for the grown and sexy, like people who know who they are, like, and are very comfortable and have experienced that mature love. You know, that know what it's like. In as much as people say Mjolo, Mjolo's there, bruh. But there's also the other side of life where people love, people experience other people. Do you know how lovely it is to have these long conversations on the phone with someone and just to wake up and having that connection? So sometimes people end up forgetting that part of ourselves exists, and it's beautiful, and we shouldn't shut ourselves down or think it doesn't exist. There's good people out there. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm saying there are people who still want that and long for that, and that is who my music caters for.
Wow. I appreciate your music, right? I appreciate you, and especially for that, because like you said, you mentioned the one thing that's so profound, which we live in a society where social media is a huge influence, and people are like, I want to be seen in controversy. I don't care. You know, I don't care. And whatever, and whoever comes to me, I'm living unapologetically, right? Everybody's living unapologetically, the good and the bad. You know, but then again, they also people were still longing for a good cool name, which is love, really. And also, it's the greatest commandment in the Bible. That's, you know, that has been given to us, and that's actually a healing tool that people do not realize and people take advantage of. You know, and when we have people like you, these things still do exist. It is true, just when she cheating, but then what are you conforming to? Are you conforming to the patterns of the world just because of society, or just what you want to numbers on social media, right? But is it not selling who Plaxedes is right now? It is. It is bringing back Plaxedes with the back. Because there's still real good stuff out there, and they're supportive, and and it gives people hope in everything that they do with it. It's still there because if people can sing it, and music is about what's with the expressing stuff, right? And you're like, okay, kind of children's well, it's legit.
I hear you.
Yeah, that is so awesome. So, at the beginning of your career, right? How was your? How back home, the entertainment industry, Mawa, in regards to support. Let's talk about your support system. Talk about music, my guitar is how our parents would say it, right? And then acting, stuff like that. How was your support system when you started music before, of course, Zimbabwe became the Zimbabwe that forced people to go out of the way to survive?
I unfortunately can't relate to the tough.
Wow.
I would be lying. God bless me. I had a very good support system. My mom has always believed in me, and she has always been at every show whenever possible. And my sisters were also there, so I was very grounded, and kudzwa in a very traditional, strict manner. We're allowed to explore our gifts, and primary, even they can get a school play, my parents would come or my mom would come, So I grew up with this confidence because they believed in it. And I think probably advantage and 99 and then I take my books I was and then still pursuing music. So probably that was an advantage I had. Saka Shakawanda also it's also is very exposed too much. Like we'd all watch the same ZBC. You know what I mean? It was one station, that's why I think we can relate with this. This oneness, yes, and the newer generation, because there's so much information, so many options. There's a lot that can happen that you won't know about,
Exactly.
So I think we're very shielded. So yeah. I was quite fortunate in that sense. And now I repeated the artist struggle. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Lucky you, because when I get to the never supported from the get go. I was when we spoke with people when they didn't want at all. I chose to be stubborn and just keep going with it until they realized I would. Right? So sometimes you can't really stop somebody, and I've also had that struggle, and I am very strong-willed. You cannot move me from what I choose to say. I am going to do this. It's like when I think I have that personality, but how about when I snap that personality? And exactly. How then do they move on? So I salute your parents, I salute your family for the support that you had, and which made it easy for you, right? And because who you are right now. As in the province, Willow. Help me understand. Like how?
What do you mean?
I can't imagine. Oh yeah, I can't imagine you rapping and then
you can't imagine me because you only knew the Plaxedes, the ballad, yeah. That's my natural. But I mean, everyone, guys, come on, Pichikura, nobody into hip hop because like when you're a teen, that's when you go into music. You get your piece up and so you find. Dude, I grew up on Mace music, on PDD, Biggie. Hello, I was bound. Like if you're listening to their music, you say at some point, I'm sure I don't go pain. Let's all be honest. My lyrics, come to practice.
Exactly.
So since that creative? Yeah, and I say to my bars here and there, you know. Exactly. So I always like surprising people once in a while, like on my shows or something. I'll just like throw in a but like what? I'm like, yeah, that's how I does.
Actually, would you mind throwing a minute with the my notes? They cannot be comfortable right now.
I think singing is better. I think when there's like a beat or something, if nothing there, so it will be like, oh. But I think for me, but for me, I think the soul is what connects me most with people. Okay. I think when I sing, my voice conveys the message and it hits the heart. So I'd rather do that for people.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna sing the song called Heomoyang, it's the chorus. It's off Phoenixrising.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where to start because it's long. I'm trying to figure out where exactly to start.
Okay.
All right, let me just do like the first verse up until the chorus. Okay. So it goes, Hana iri kurova ndamerera vudzi kumira nezvandava kuita tose tinoziva moyo haudzirwe pauri wamera pauri waperera handi zive kana ukauputsa ramangwana apana anoziva handi zive kana ukandisiya ukandirasisa asi ndine tariro hewo moyo wangu hewo moyo wangu ndasvira kukupa nekuti ndinokuda hewo moyo wangu. So yeah, that's something I had for them, for the people.
Why are you listening? That was so awesome. Thank you so much, Plaxedes, for blessing us with your voice on this Saturday morning. And those I think we're just about to conclude our interview today with the talented queen who just graced us today right here on Live Radio. We're just getting to know her journey and her comeback. And you know, it's been a blessing to learn about music and especially her journey. So guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning into Tough Love Giggles, hosted by yours truly, the Play with this Saturday morning. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. And that's how we're going to conclude our interview. Plaxedes, thank you so much. So, on a lighter note, actually, what is it that you do to unwind on a very hot day? Like, you know, having kids, having to manage, you know, you said you're now getting back into music, then you didn't have kids, and now, you know, having to manage all that together. What do you do to unwind on a very hot day?
Okay, I am so into self-care. All right, that is literally how I keep it all together, and I have the energy to be all these different things. So it's a combination. I love taking care of myself every single day. I have my me time. I soak, do zura, chi. You know, I actually have a skincare range. It's called Ini Skincare. It was basically made because I realized that women tend to fall back and put everyone else in front. Like I said, you've got kids, you've got all these things, but you need to find a time where you take care of yourself, because when you feed your soul, you can then give others. Because if you're empty, there's nothing to give. So for me, daily, I love soaking. And on weekends, I like having a great time. Okay, I am that person. I will go out. I'll visit. I like dining. I like going to restaurants, and I always make sure at least each weekend I have a drink. Okay, that is a must. Yeah. So I love having. I like. It depends on my mood. Sometimes it's vodka and cranberry. Sometimes it's whiskey. Sometimes it's a cognac. Just depends on what it is I'm feeling. But
So
I love to live life.
Christmas, we are pleased to grace Plaxedes with some of this, you know. And let's say, surprise, Christmas, Plaxedes, you know. But wow, okay.
Because I am human and I'm living my best life, and I am very intentional about it. And I would say to people, guys, like, this is your one life. Like, this is it. It's not an addition, you know. So if it happens that we get several lives, yay. But in the event that it's not, well, you might as well maximize this particular one.
You know, to be like, guys, self-care is really important, and we live in a world where people are trying to make it in life. People are pushing themselves beyond they can, you know, and forgetting to take care of themselves. And also, if you had one message to give to your fans, what would it be?
It would be kind. Be kind. The world needs more people who are patient with others and less judgmental. You know, let's be patient with each other. Spread the love, have fun.
Yes. And that is so awesome. So everybody, but right now I want you to grab your pens, papers, phone, tablet, whatever it is that you have, but to get Plaxedes handles and also follow the music on all streaming platforms. Let's go and support our sister on our socials and everything. So do you mind sharing with us your social media handles? If you're on IG, your Facebook, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Snapchat, if you're on Clubhouse, just hit it.
All right. I'm not everywhere though, but I'm specific because I can't be everywhere. I like platforms where I get to connect with people and I get to tell my story. So for me, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. That's where I'm really active. If you want to get to know my story, get to know me as a person, see the crazy side, the happy side, the serious side. You know, that's Plaxedes Wenyika. My handles are always my name. So on Twitter, I'm there, but I'm not very active on Twitter. I think Twitter and I'm left out a lot and debating.
I know.
That's not my forte, so I'm not very active there.
We think we are the smart ones. Let's say what we want. I'm Twitter, you know, we are the opinionated ones.
It has one, right?
We are the opinionated ones. That's for me.
I think, you know what? I think it's a great platform for those that like intellectual sparring and what. That's not my energy at the moment. I will spar when I want to. I don't want to constantly be in that mode of having to say something. What I have to say is more inspirational, more relatability, and so I find it's easier on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, I'm now on TikTok. I'm loving TikTok. It's fun. The creative side. I'm telling you, girl. Like I never used to get it.
But you're surprising me because
you're not on TikTok.
I am on TikTok, but I don't get it. Like the times where I'm like to my cousins, dudes, okay, how do I do this? You know, and they're laughing at me because guess what? I used to be a strong social media person. I used to be Snapchat. I Googled an app. The first one on TikTok. Go to my TikTok. I was like, I cannot keep up, y'all. And I am trying.
I had the same mentality, but I'm telling you, start off with just an account, just seeing what's there. You find your footing, you find your grounding in the kind of things. It's a totally different vibe. Like you can literally spend the whole day on TikTok, like for real. It's a different type of environment, and I think especially for creatives, you have fun there.
Okay. I will try.
In terms of my music, if people want it, it's going to be available by Christmas time. I'm uploading my stuff for your iTunes, Spotify. I'm putting my music up by Christmas. But meantime, I'm selling my music on my website, and that's plaxedeswenyika.co.zw. So people are able to pay with their visa, international visa, and I also made it easy for people to buy locally our music, because like I told you before, that's where we have challenges in terms of buying. So we're trying to jump.
But it's really like these days, people are now able to protect their music. Like everything, technology has improved, and has opened up Shakawanda to, especially our Zimbabwe musicians. I totally understand that. But bootlegs, right? And now we have all these rights, protection, copyrights.
Exactly.
We're glad to see our Zimbabwe music industry is growing, and we see even a lot of people out here in the diaspora, they're going to invest in Zimbabwe.
Exactly.
Zimbabwe music. And they think, what is, I have one other producer who's based out here in Canada. Also had an interview with him, and he went back to Zimbabwe to read that passion Java, but I want to bring up the people in the cattle and whatever. And we asked him, but why are you investing in music in Zim, right? Like, what's the catch to it? But then at the same time, now people are able to protect it more than and it gives them some form of survival. Can I this gifted and then what? Maybe music is their journey. But anyway, that is it for today. And thank you so much, Plaxedes, for your time. I know it's so early in the morning on your end. It's what the cherry that I don't get open with the kidney, it
has to be done.
I know, right? No, it was a pleasure and an honor to actually get to know your journey and to know your comeback, and definitely will be supporting you all the way.
Thank you so much, Queen. Have yourself a fantastic Saturday.
Oh, you too. Take care and God bless you.
All righty.